Hey, it's Cass, and we are back for part 2 of A Mortician's Tale. So, I don't know what's in store for us. Before I don't know, for some reason the description I read on Steam was not really accurate. But December 2nd, 10:22 a.m. And it's apparently all about death positivity, which I could kind of tell, but that was the short sort of synopsis I saw when I actually looked, which makes sense, and I'm intrigued what else we'll learn next. Okay. Amy Rose, title cremation. Hello, Charlie. Today's funeral is for a woman who died from breast cancer. Oh, nothing fancy, just a standard cremation. Honestly, the first review I read was more like, this is a business. This is about how it's a business. And I was like, oh, it's going to be heartless. But I don't know. I don't know what the hell I read. Please don't hesitate to ask me if you have any questions. Best, Amy Rose. Amy Rose to the staff, passing on this lovely thank you note. Hi, Amy from Lizzie Duvall. Thank you for the wonderful evening you and your staff put together for my father's funeral. He wasn't always an easy man to get along with, but I'm glad to have seen him off in such a kind way. Thank you, Lizzie. That's nice. Meet cutes for death positive cuties. From Jen Love, I assume our best friend / lover. We don't know. Charlie, I was doing some reading. I know, you hate when I try to give you dating advice. Apparently not our lover. But hear me out. There's this dating site that's specifically for people working in the death industry. Okay, so maybe I'm a little worried for you. You haven't mentioned anybody since the breakup of 2014 that we will never speak of again after this moment. But you're always saying how tired you get of people being scared to ask you about your day. So maybe meeting somebody in the industry isn't the worst idea. Just promise me you'll consider it, okay? It's harder for me to make sure you're seeing sunlight when I'm all the way across the ocean. I know you look like a babe with pale skin and witchy goth aesthetics are super hot right now, but vitamin D is still a good thing. Okay, Jen, shut it. Mom rant over. I'm going to try it out because turns out people get super scared off when you tell them you work in a museum filled with dead bodies. Do you know how not interesting other people find teratomas? What is a teratoma? I feel like I know. Oh god, my phone is charging. Of course. I'm playing a lot of Animal Crossing Pocket Camp. Okay? It drains the battery. Teratomas. Okay. A type of germ cell tumor that may contain several types of body tissue. Ew. It's like a tumory thing? Charlie, I didn't know we were this weird to outside people. I've been spoiled by having a best friend who is as much of a weirdo as I am. Miss you. Let's grab a bottle of wine for our next Skype date. P.S. If you sign up for Dead Meat, isn't that the best name for a death industry dating website? Tinder rules apply. You have to like me if you come across my profile or whatever. I'm not sure how it works just yet, though. You're in love with us, Jen. Shut up. Okay, Matthew Jeffrey, to Charlie. I don't like the look of this, not one bit. I know you've been with us for a few months, but maybe you're aware of the trouble Amy has been having. A small mom and pop shop like Rose and Daughters can't compete with the bigger guys. Anyways, don't tell Amy I sent this to you. Also, I'm starving, so I'm going to grab some fast food before taking the hearse through the car wash. 2 birds, 1 stone, and swinging back to the home. Do you want anything? A beefing cheddar? Ooh, he's going to Arby's. Going to take the hearse through the drive-thru, of course. It freaks people out. I love it. They get so awkward. Let me know. I'm heading out in 15 minutes. Matthew J., funeral director. Paycheck coming late. Sorry. Hey, Matthew. This is embarrassing, but it seems I miscalculated some of our income and don't have enough to pay you this week. Would it be terribly inconvenient if I cut you a check for next week instead? If you need the money urgently, please let me know. I feel terrible about this whole thing, and I can cut you a check from my personal account if need be. I'm so sorry about this. I assure you it won't happen again. Take care, Amy Rose. Ooh, so they're not doing well. Ooh, LGBT funerals. Respect. That's us. Someday I'm going to die gay. Okay. If you've been a long-time subscriber to our emails or follow us on social media, you've no doubt heard about the misgendering that trans people are, at times, subjected to during their funerals. There have been notable situations where trans women have had their wishes overruled by families and have had their hair cut, are buried under the wrong names, subjected to the wrong pronouns in their obituary announcements. We care a lot about this because we believe in treating every person with the same level of compassion, respect, and care. And this absolutely extends to pronouns and respecting the deceased's wishes as per their lived experiences. The CDC's Funeral Director's Handbook on Death Registration and Fetal Death Reporting offers the fraught directive. Oh my God. Enter male or female based on observation. Do not abbreviate or use other symbols. If sex cannot be determined after verification with medical records, inspection of body, or other sources, enter unknown. Do not leave this item blank. Leaving it up to observation obviously enters into a world of issues since bodies can be so different, and because of ingrained bias, people can draw incorrect assumptions based on their own inaccurate observations. California has passed what is known as the Respect After Death Act, which states that the death certificate must reflect the deceased's gender identity as they lived it. So a step in the right direction. Aw. People who are trans deserve the same respect in death that people who are cisgender receive. Misgendering in death takes away this respect. It can also inflict hurt and trauma on spouses and friends that survive the deceased. So, what can we do as funeral directors? Listen to the people who come into your office. In America especially, some marriages may not be recognized as legal depending on the laws around same-sex marriage. But this doesn't mean you're not dealing with two people who have loved each other in the same way as another couple. Listen, learn, and always be respectful. While you have to work with the next of kin, your duty is also to ensure the deceased receives the utmost respect in their burial. If a funeral is to honor the deceased, then do that. Honor them. That's nice. Wait, I'm still curious if anything changed here, because I keep looking. No, looks the same, right? I don't know. Alright, let's do this. Who are we dealing with again? I should remember their names. I'm going to work on that. Did it tell us? Okay. Before we cremate Mrs. Hall, we'll need to prepare her body. Ooh. Mrs. Hall's family brought clothing and jewelry for her to wear. It's important to remove these before the cremation process as to not damage them. Let's start by removing Mrs. Hall's necklace. Click on the necklace, place it in her. We'll place the necklace in the urn with Mrs. Hall's remains later. Why? That's weird, but okay. I support it. Oh, wait, I can't center. Okay, we'll need to be able to identify Mrs. Hall remains after spinning rear. Click on the round identification tag and place it in the coffin. Great, she's all set to be cremated now. Okay. What's gonna happen to me someday, guys? Wait. So they put him, you don't put him in a coffin in there and burn the coffin, do you? Thought you just slid. Okay, I don't know. What do I do now? Oh, that, okay, urn. I get the urn and I put her ashes in it. This is the cremulator. Contrary to popular belief, cremation doesn't turn bodies into ash as much as bone fragments. Okay, using the cremulator, we'll break... Oh, that's what it is. We know what it is now. We'll break these bone fragments down into ash-like remains. Let's start by placing the urn in the cremulator. Click on the urn and place it in the cremulator under the nozzle. Okay. Click and drag bone fragments and drop them into the top of the cremulator. Jesus Christ, I don't like it. Alright. Oh, go in there, bone. Yeah. Yeah, whoa. So are we gonna just cremulate that too? Okay, now that they've all been processed, click and place it back on the counter. What? Okay. Make sure to put her necklace back in the urn. Okay, don't forget tags and place it in the urn. Last step, click on the place the urn lid on. Wow. All done, Amy will take the urn to the funeral parlor and present it alongside some flowers. It's time to attend the funeral. Follow the arrow to head to the funeral parlor. Are we burying an LGBT person, or was that just like a random thing? Because sometimes it's like linked to what's going on, you know? Sad either way, but are these all the same people attending? Maybe not. Maybe they just attend every funeral. They literally have had the worst luck. They've all been attending funerals like back to back to back. Everyone's dying. It's a really sad experience. Anyway, this is nice in a weird way. She'd like that we're all here talking. She always tried to keep the family together. The food is delicious. I know that's weird, but these crab cakes are perfect. I like a crab cake. Glad she was cremated and not in like an open casket or something. Seeing her like that, I don't know if I could have. Exactly. At least we all got to say goodbye. She would have liked that. Are you her child? She fought really hard. She was proud of herself. She never gave up. Not once. Aw. Hi, are you the wife? She would have hated this music. She never wanted her funeral to be sad. She would have wanted us smiling. She said so. Aw. Oh, I can mourn her. I don't remember your name once again. It was Mrs. There was a double letter in there. God, I tried. I really tried to remember. There was a double letter, though, for sure. Well, I actually feel bad that I can't remember it. Well, I don't know what you were about, but you got a necklace. It was a necklace, and people loved you, and you fought really hard, as the kid said, and the crab cakes are good, and that's better than most people get at their funeral. Maybe. February 14th, 10:14 a.m. Everybody has really maybe that's normal, early services? I don't know. News about the future of Rose and Daughter's funeral home. Amy Rose to the staff. Hi all. It is with a very heavy heart that I write to let you all know that Rose and Daughters will no longer be in business. I had no idea how to start this email, and resources I Googled told me it would be the best and easiest way to break the ice. Be direct, but remorseful, Google said. The truth is, I don't really know what to say. Since my father passed away, I've done my best to make Rose and Daughters warm and friendly to anyone who chose to use our services. It was my memorial to him. The original Rose, in a lot of ways. And you've all become like family. Including you, Charlie, our most recent addition. But it's been getting harder to make ends meet. Rent is going up in the neighborhood, and I'm finding less and less like I have the energy for this business. Okay. Thought I said feeling. There's a lot of competition from other funeral homes, larger corporations than we are, that can take on more business and offer more impressive services. You know the way it goes. So we've been bought, or I sold. Either way, soon Hillside Heritage Enterprises Inc., a company that owns many funeral homes in the city and across the country, will replace Rose and Daughters starting from the beginning of next month. Same building, same name. They're keeping the name Rose and Daughters Funeral Home for tax purposes. Though, honestly, I'm trying hard not to just see it as a move on their part to keep up the image that it's a family-run business. I don't know how I feel about that. But I also don't know if there's anything I can do at this point either. I've signed the papers. At least my father's legacy is still intact, somewhat. They have a good reputation and have agreed to keep you all on. That was one of my stipulations. I would sell as long as you all weren't without a job. Sorry I didn't tell you in a more personal way. I would have loved to have a company lunch, but I didn't have the heart to tell you in person. This was easier for me. Please understand. Sincerely, Amy Rose. Amy Rose to Charlie. Charlie, I thought you'd like to see this thank you note. From Margarita Hall. Oh, it was Mrs. Hall. It was a double letter. Hi, Amy. I'm so eternally grateful that you were able to accommodate our request for my sister's funeral. It was a beautiful service, and she would have been happy with it. That's such a weird thing to say, isn't it? Thank you again, from the bottom of my heart. Sincerely, Margarita. Cremation pacemaker. Hi, Charlie. Please see the note below about the pacemaker. They can be tricky. Best, Amy Rose. Hi, Amy. You asked if there were any special instructions. Oh, from Marina Reyes. We wanted to pass along. Just please cremate my father. He has a pacemaker too. The doctor told me that it would need to be removed. Thanks, Mariana. Did I read that right? Mariana? I don't know. Just say we... Oh, no. Hold on. All right. Amy Rose to Charlie. I thought I would forward this to you. In situations like this, we typically connect people like Ryan with a grief counselor or other professionals who can really help him. Sometimes we get emails like this when people don't know where else to turn. It's difficult, and family isn't always the most reliable for some people. I usually would be happy to connect with him, but I'm feeling a little tired today, not my usual self, and it'd be good for you to start building these kinds of relationships on your own. You're a treasure, Charlie. Amy Rose. I don't know what to do, from Ryan Garcia, who I believe was Mr. Garcia. Was that, or was it Mrs.? I think it was Mr. So somebody related to the deceased we worked on. Hi, Amy. I know this email might be a bit odd, but you said if I was ever having troubles, I should reach out, and you would know somebody I could talk to about all this. I don't know what to do now. I know my grandmother had lived a full, good life and was very happy, and that she's not in pain now, but I still feel empty, Amy. I've never felt this empty before. What am I supposed to do now? I thought I was stronger than this. Can you refer me to someone to talk to? I don't want to freak out my mom right now. Oh, so it's the little boy, maybe? Her grandson? Okay. She's dealing with enough with work and the will and trying to just be the best mom she can. I just need somebody to tell me that it'll be okay. Thank you, and I'm sorry for being an inconvenience. Ryan. Poor kid. From Jen Love to Charlie. Charlie, I've been playing a new game when things are slow at work. It's called Tales from the Crypt Sweeper. Get it? Get it? It's like Minesweeper, but way harder. Like, seriously, it's really, really difficult. And I thought my Minesweeper game was on point after working that overnight front desk job at the hotel for 3 years. But I must have gotten rusty. Anyways, instead of mines, you want to avoid graves so you don't disturb the adorable ghosts. The main character also kind of looks like you. Is this a reference to a game they created in the past? I'm just wondering if they were throwing in a promotion for their game. Want to start a healthy competition? High score gets to pick the restaurant we can go to when one of us is in town next? Jen L. I'm kind of curious about that. I don't mean to Google things so much. Oh, there's a page about it. Hold on. Okay, we'll play it. So it's literally a game you can play. Okay. Funerals monthly. You've lived your life mindful of the environment, doing your part to reduce pollution and generally help out where you can. So why not continue doing that even in death? At least that's the thinking for a lot of people who are turning to green or natural burials. Natural cemeteries are becoming more popular. I like the idea, but what does that mean? Are we turning ourselves into, what's the word? Fertilizer? What's the deal here? Because that's what I think of, and that's not great for me. And are focused on a few rules. Mainly, it's that bodies aren't allowed to be embalmed with chemicals that can damage the environment, and bodies must be buried in a biodegradable shroud or casket. Not only is this better for the environment, but it's also cheaper. At Union Cemetery in Ontario, Canada, I thought this was Canadian, the language and everything. A natural burial is just over $1,000, so better for the people, the environment, just maybe not so good for big business. Let's not forget, people, this is still a business after all. But really, why go green? Green burials help preserve natural resources, work to reduce carbon emissions, protect the health of those preparing bodies, and restore/preserve natural habitats. Embalming fluids tend to contain formaldehyde, and funeral directors report a higher incidence of leukemia. Ooh. Going green and not using toxic chemicals for embalming helps protect funeral directors while at the same time lessening the impact we have on the environment after we are gone. We here at Funeral Monthly think green barrows are pretty cool. What do you think? Reply and let us know. All right. I think that's cool. Like, I would just rather be burned, but... Shit. Oh my god, look how the... I don't know what I'm doing. What are we doing? Left click dig, right click flag. Why are we flagging? I don't know this game. Sticking a button to... Oh, I can just make the ghosts into flags? This is weird. I don't know. Is the go... Oh, I can reset it. Oh, I remember Minesweeper. I played this as a kid. So, like, bombs and stuff, but you're instead trying not to, like... What do those represent? Graves? I don't know. Anyway, it's cute. I like the purple. Alright. Let's do our work! Mr. Reyes came directly from the hospital, so we don't have to worry about removing any valuables from him, as the family did not provide any for us to include. However, Mr. Reyes has a pacemaker that will need to remove before cremation. Because pacemakers are batteries, they will explode inside the hot heat of the cremation machine, and we definitely do not want that. Let's start by removing Mr. Reyes' pacemaker. Click, drag, make an incision. We're going to click the forceps. How big is a pacemaker? Okay. Not that big. I thought we were going to place it in his body. I was like, holy shit. Okay. Click the old button. I really am curious, like, what they go in when they... Alright. I get it. I know the drill. Done it all too much. Good old skull. Alright. Put our tag in there. Put the lid on. Put it in the parlor. Some nice flowers. Let's go. Mr. Reyes. I remember his name. All the usual suspects. That lady has purple hair. Let's talk to her first. I wonder if he ever liked me. He was nice to me, but I don't know. He never seemed like he really cared if I was there or not. Aw. Let's see. What do you want to do after this? It's pretty nice out. Let's change and go find a patio somewhere? Sounds good. I could really use a beer right now. Hey, did I ever tell you the time we tailgated? Oh, telling stories. Did you ever end up clearing the air with your father? No. We talked a few times, but no, not really. He sounded like a difficult man. He was stubborn. That's just it. Stubborn. Now those are different people now, so I feel better. I'm like, all these people are losing people. Anyway, another poor child, I think. Maybe he's not a child. I just thought they were children. I don't know. I always told him to quit smoking, but of course, he never listened to me, so that figures. Aw, lung cancer. Actually, what did they say he... No, it was the other lady who had breast cancer. Ugh. Well, Mr. Reyes, you didn't live your best life, but you lived a life. So that's something. Well, it appears from this group. Okay, I didn't click you guys. I didn't click. Let's go. Now, if I could eat February 28th, 10:35 a.m., if I could eat a crab cake at these, I'd be so happy. But it hasn't happened yet. Maybe, I don't know. Alright. Crab cakes, 10 out of 10. I was just seeing what had changed. I don't think so. Like, I don't see any difference in the prices or anything. So maybe they haven't done it yet? I don't know. Thank you. Thought I'd pass the salon. It's from Amy to us. Thank you, Mariana Reyes. Hi, Amy. I just want to thank you for the service the other month and apologize if I was abrupt. It was kind of a shock for me, and I didn't feel comfortable with the whole process. He wasn't supposed to die yet. It hasn't been easy. Mariana. Oh, God. Okay. Our son, forward. Amy Rose. To Charlie. Charlie, I was hoping you wouldn't have to confront the situation. Yet, anyways, they're never easy. Rose and Daughters has been asked to prepare the body of a young man who took his own life. He had a will prepared and asked for cremation, but the family demanded a traditional burial instead. Unfortunately, he didn't make anyone his power of attorney or didn't have any witnesses sign his living will or his advance directive regarding these wishes. So his family is legally in the right to do whatever they want with his body. It's unfortunate, but we have to do as his family wishes. Matthew has graciously offered to take this on if you are uncomfortable with the subject. Instead, we have a second body you can prepare for a funeral we're hosting later in the afternoon. Charlie, is this suicide something you're comfortable dealing with? Let us know. I'm here if you need me. Amy Rose. Shit, people. Our son, from Manuel Scott. Good day, Miss Rose. Disregard our son's will as it concerns matters of his burial. He was clearly not thinking right and didn't know what he really wanted. Proceed with the open casket funeral. As for payments, we'll bring a check. Fuck you, man. I don't want to do it, okay? I don't want to do it. But if Matthew's just gonna do it... Jen Love, we'll think on that for a sec. You hate mushrooms so much, I found the perfect thing for you. I've been thinking about death. I know, shocker. Look what you've done to me. I think I want this mushroom suit. No, it's not called that, but I can't remember the name of it, and I'm writing you on my phone so I don't feel like Googling it right now. Anyways, the idea is that it's a biodegradable suit that the deceased wears. It's made with what people call biomix, i.e. mushrooms and other microorganisms that help to decompose bodies, neutralize toxins in the body, and provide nutrients for the soil for plants. I think this one company even offers casket liners for use in the green caskets. I think this is what I want. It'll be just like Hannibal. Wait, don't tell me I said that, okay? But seriously, it's pretty cool. I love all the death innovation happening. We might as well do something when we're in the ground, you know? Love you. Think about it and let me know your thoughts. I want all of your thoughts. If it's not this, then maybe I'll have my ashes made into jewelry, but seriously, I'm probably going to do this. There's no harm in planning ahead, am I right? Jen L. Yeah, I think that's interesting. Circle of life. Things to avoid saying at a funeral. Welcome back. Now, we have rarely do listicles here, but for this month's newsletter, we thought a listicle would be the best way to deliver this month's advice. What not to say at a funeral. We know figuring out the right thing to say to a grieving friend can be extremely difficult. And since that's such a personal issue, it's hard to give specific advice. Some things will be more comforting to other people, but fortunately, we can deliver a little bit more solid advice on what not to say to someone who is grieving. So here it is. Funeral Monthly's top 5 things not to say at a funeral. Number 1, at least they're no longer suffering. Even if this is true, nobody wants to hear this. It's probably not your place to dictate. Who wants to be told that the death of somebody they love is for the best? Like I said, even if it's true, don't be that jerk and just don't say it. 2, were they saved? No religious statements, just don't. Why? Because not everyone agrees with your religious views, and not only is not always comforting, but it can also be insulting. 3, they're with the angels now. See above's note, then rinse repeat. Number 4, let me know how I can help. This one is tricky. You want to help, but those in mourning won't always ask for help. If you want to help, suggest specific things. For example, I'm free if you need someone to babysit the kids. Actions are better than passive statements. Cook something for them, take them to their favorite restaurant, or buy tickets to see a movie together. Good tip. Number 5, I know how you feel. Or I know how you feel. I know how you feel. Okay. Even if you think you do, everyone grieves differently. Don't focus this on yourself. Empathy doesn't involve having to commiserate. Sometimes People will want to hear your experiences, but don't assume they will. Ask first. For a quicker version of this list that can be applied in any situation, don't say stuff just for the sake of saying stuff. Just say, I'm sorry, if you don't know what else to say. So, can I go against their wishes? Be like, oh shit, I made a mistake, he got burned. I think I want to do it regardless. Because I've been suicidal in my life. And I think at the very least, if I was going to have my wishes disregarded because no one could do anything about it, I would want someone who understood and was going to treat me with respect. And I don't know. I would want someone who at the very least knew it wasn't the right thing, if that makes sense, as weird as it is. Because there's nothing we can do about it, apparently. I don't want to do it. But I also don't know why Matthew doing it is going to change anything. But I respect giving me the choice. Okay. I'm sorry, kid. It's dark and I don't like it. Yep, it's great stuff. Is this the, oh, that's the cannula. Okay, good. Don't like it much, but I'm doing it 'cause it's the thing to be done for this poor fictional person who was treated like shit in life. Poor kid. Be put on spectacle. I really think it's fucking barbaric, open caskets. It's like, I think it's disgusting. I don't know. That just, I've always felt like it was exploitive and horrible. But especially because, you know, it's not like the funeral is usually like the day after, or it's usually quite a bit in between. Not a ton, but you know. Am I doing it? Okay. Is this the one I use? Okay. So gross. Alright, Mr. Scott will do the makeup. Put him in his casket. Gotta go to the parlor. Can I spit in people's face? Let's go. Bullshit! This is bullshit! Oh man. Are those the parents? No, I would assume parents. Or, I don't know, though. Quiet sobs. Yeah, it's fucking rough. I wish we were closer. Wow. Holy shit. I still can't believe this is real. My baby brother. I should have played more games with him when he asked. Shit. Yeah. I assume that's the parents of that. Or maybe, I don't know. I heard it was going to be open casket. Not them. Maybe that's the parents. I don't know. Some of you are parents. I heard it wasn't going to be open casket. I'm surprised it's public. Usually funerals for these circumstances are more private. I still can't believe he did it. I feel like I should have known, you know? Be able to do something to stop it. There's no way to know. You can't blame yourself. He wouldn't have wanted that. I know. It just hurts. Yeah. I know. Well, guys, hate to break it to you, but a lot of times there is things you could know about young people, and even if they hide it, like, I'm sorry, maybe as somebody who is suicidal as a teen, preteen, young adult, whatever, I just feel like there are so many times when I thought, how could anybody not see it, you know? Not that I wasn't good at hiding my feelings, but I just always thought that nobody gave a damn, you know? So, I mean, I don't want to put blame on other people, but I think if you care more and notice more and really put the time in and try to have a relationship with your kids or your family or your friends in a genuine way, then maybe they'd open up to you, or maybe you'd notice. Maybe making assumptions that are false is harmful to people. Like, I don't know, just food for thought if we focus more on mental health, you know, because effectively it's the same as having somebody who's walking around with a sprained ankle or sometimes it's like I had a broken arm or some shit. Like, it's the same gravity of like situation of me just going around with this thing that's never gonna heal properly because no one's fucking helping me. Anyway, do we any more of them? I don't know. It's sad. And worse, that people think having an open casket, I just fuck. Let's leave. March 3rd, 10:45 a.m. Just slowly moving up to the time of day. Okay. Hillside Heritage. Oh, that's us. Rose and Daughters is the newest funeral to join Hillside Heritage, proudly serving 56 communities nationwide since 1964. Online are dedicated, friendly staff. We offer many packages to suit budget. Casket urns, headstones, largest in the country. They've got the bronze funeral package. Intimate gatherings, a memorial for loved one, customized fit, best suited for 25 to 50. Silver, small, free loved one, 50 to 100. Gold package. Give your loved ones the best we have to offer. Best suits for over 100. Payment plans available. There's no prices though. That's how they get you. The other one was like, oh yeah, these are the general prices, but this one's like, it's gonna depend on what you look like, your income. We're just gonna do what we want, willy-nilly. We don't like you? Pay more. You're a woman? Pink tax. Anyway. Get a quote. From Chad Grant to Rose and Daughters staff. We are pleased to bring on Rose and Daughters as a part of Hillside Heritage Enterprises, Inc. Not without the ink. They will be another institution amongst hundreds of other properties owned across the country. But of course, as part of the adjustment process to the Hillside Heritage Enterprises, Inc. culture, there will be a number of changes that will come to Rose and Daughters. We will send out the memo regarding specifics and details of these changes, and we expect them to be followed impeccably. Glad to be leading the way for Rose and Daughters from now on. Chad Grant, CEO and Managing Funeral Director of this division, anyway. Matthew Jeffrey to Charlie. Can I just say, first off, that this is bullshit. Ugh. Knowing how these corporations run, I wouldn't be surprised if they're monitoring our emails now. No. Okay, I don't really believe that. I'm just upset. I get that Amy didn't have much of a choice. You can only fight a huge corporation taking all your business for so long. This isn't 6 foot under. And they just swooped in and now we have to deal with their BS practices. They're cooler than the corpse I picked up from the morgue this morning. Who charges this much for funerals? It feels dirty and exploitive. Let's grab a drink after work? I need to blow off some steam, and the emails aren't really the most appropriate place to do this. Too late for me, I guess. And chat to ask Charlotte. Here are the details. I'll review the work to make sure you evaluate in order to properly evaluate you at the end of the month. He's going to review us for the cremation. Leah Inoseko. Thank you, Mr. Grant, for agreeing to take the care of Jocelyn's cremation. The bike accident was, well, it was more than I was expecting. I know she wanted to be cremated, and to be honest, I don't think I could bear seeing her like that after what happened. Great! You're invited to attend a death cafe from Jen. Can't really write much right now. I have a lot of work I have to do with a inguinal hernia from 1750. It's the oldest in our collection, and you can see this bit of a paper the surgeon put in after removing the hernia. Super cool. I'll send you the link when I have it cataloged. What is my life? What is that sentence I just typed? But anyway, this event that I'm forwarding you is taking place near you. Figured you'd be into it. Might help with that feeling of restlessness you were talking about before. Could be good to talk about some of the things you're feeling. Lots of death-positive people there. Sounds like it'll be a safe space, Janelle. Death Cafe to subscriber. Come increase awareness of death with a view to helping people make the most of their finite lives. Join us. Have tea and cake and talk with others about our thoughts, fears, illuminations on death. The founder of the Death Cafe movement, John Underwood, once said, when people talk about death and dying, it tends to illustrate their humanity. See everyone at the Upside Down Jar next Thursday. X Death Cafe. Funeral Monthly. Different funeral traditions. Funeral rites, even in our own culture, may be something many of us may be unfamiliar with. There's a lot of holy shit, self-amazed. For many people, all they know of funeral traditions are what they've seen in media. But, and I think this goes without saying, funeral rites and traditions aren't the same across the board. Different cultures have different protocols for cleaning the body to different aspects of the service itself. Religion provides different paths for dealing with death, but the goal is almost always the same: offering support, guidance, and ease to the people who are grieving. In Judaism, interment usually begins immediately after somebody has passed, which I think is appropriate. Up until burial, the body is never supposed to be alone, so often families will appoint a shomer? I think I saw this in a movie once. A guardian to remain with the body. Shomer? Preparations for burial begin as soon as possible in Muslim traditions as well. Local Islamic community organizations are also often involved and help family make arrangements for the funeral service and burial. Not all practices are strictly religiously focused. In the aughts in South Korea, the amount of graveyard space began to shrink drastically, causing a law to be passed that required families to remove a loved one's body from its burial place after 60 years. Shit. Many families began to cremate more often. But there are also companies that compress remains into beads in turquoise, pink, or black called death beads. This also occurs in North America, Europe, and Japan, but remains much more common in South Korea because of the space issue in graveyards and expensive cremation. And not all practices are somber either. Ever hear of the turning of the bones, or Famadiana, a ritual by the Malagasy people of Madagascar? Famadiana has families return to an ancestral crypt, exhume the bodies wrapped in cloth before dancing with the bodies to lively music. This practice is a celebration, remembrance, and a way of keeping the deceased involved in family news. Shit. That's hardcore. Death can be a difficult time for many people, obviously, but that doesn't mean there isn't a beauty in the ways we choose to honor and celebrate our deceased. It's actually a really pretty game, in message. I like it. I'll get right to it. Don't worry, Chad, you can count on me. Seko, have to prepare her body, move her watch. Boop! Place her tag in the coffin. Now we're gonna get her cremated. Press that button. We're pros by now. Oh, she had a bike accident. That's fucked up. I know somebody in my family who had a terrible bike accident, but they thankfully did not die. Alright, I get the deal. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. Woo! Miss Inoseko! Look at her go. We're like the Madagascar people. Dance, dance, dance. Sorry. I'm sorry, Miss Inoseko. You would have thought that was funny, though. Dancing bone, dancing bone. Okay. We're just celebrating her life. Take it back now. Put that in there. Put the lid on. And that's life. That's what all the people say. Let's go attend this horrible bike funeral. I feel like there's more people than usual. Should we do a vigil at the spot? Careless drivers. I swear to God. It's fucked up. I'm glad I'm here, but wow. I just need a glass of wine and to binge watch something right now. Oh my God. I'm going to start binge watching Godless on Netflix. Because I was told it has like lesbian-ish or bisexual overtones and it's like mostly women. And I'm like, yes! That's what normal people do. I have to go through all of her things. How am I supposed to decide what to keep? If you need help, I can help. No, thanks. But no. I don't know. It's so intimate. Feels like I should do it myself. She would kill me if others saw the things we have. What is that? Oh, you guys were lovers? I'm glad, but I'm so sorry. Yeah, she was kind of a closed book. Except to you. Yeah. Yeah, she was special. That's fucking sad. God damn it. So glad it was a cremation. I would have lost it, seeing her body. Yeah, this lady's taking it hard. She was always so careful. Wore her helmet, signals, used the bike lanes. Asshole drivers. They need to pay attention. Have you heard what's happening to the driver? No, I haven't wanted to ask Leah. This has been hard enough on them without asking her about the legal ramifications of all this. Yeah, after all this, let's see what we can do to help them. Shouldn't deal with the death of their partner all by themselves. Oh, maybe because I couldn't tell. Oh, they're using they and them. Okay. I gotcha. I was like, are we talking about plural people? But no, I think they just use the pronoun they. Which is nice. It's a nice addition to the game. Sorry. Fucking bikes. Don't ride bikes. Also, people suck. Also, stop killing the beautiful gays. Let's go. March 24th, 10:30 a.m. Oh, let's see. What do we got going on? I'm trying to think how much time there is because I really need a drink. It's really hard to it's hard to talk and read shit for 40 minutes straight. So I think I might end it here. And at the last, if part 3 is genuinely super short because this is the last one, then I would be sorry about that, but I'm gonna end it here and we will do everything else when I come back, hopefully. So I will see you guys in part 3. I hope you're enjoying it. I think it's really interesting and type of game I don't usually play by myself. I watch people play these type of games, but I like it a lot and I hope you do too, through the sadness. And I don't know, it's a different kind of game that I'm used to, so a little sad. I'm gonna go have a cookie. It's my ice cream, not ice cream. Oh my God, I was thinking ice cream. That's fucked up. I'm gonna go have a cookie and water. How did my mind go from that to that? But I'm thirsty. So I'll see you guys in the next one. If you enjoyed it, please comment. I don't know, maybe you have some fact about death. in cultures that you don't think most people commonly know, like rituals and things practiced. I like that aspect of this game. I think that's interesting. Like those people in Madagascar do that. That's incredibly strange to me, but definitely something I never heard. So informative. Subscribe if you want more things that I do. That's it. See you guys in part 3. Bye.